3 a.m. checking on you. What it do? What it do? Oh.
The first day of today's official trading series, we just had an earthquake. Well, in the Philippines. If I was in the south, this is my view. It looks way better than England. Potentially we'll be taking trades. At the moment, gold does look like it's going to continue shorting off, but 4374 zone for longs. So potentially take longs until 4374 and then look for a continuation to the downside. That's basically my target at the moment. So if we can hit that today, then that would be nice. If I see another sign of shorts, then I'll just continue taking shorts. So this is just a quick update. I will be going to get some breakfast now. It's early. I will be requesting a payout today from FundingPips of $1,000. And then I also have a payout tomorrow. I think my payout's in about half an hour or 1 hour. I opened up a 0.01 lot and then just opened and closed it. So it kind of messed up my win rate. So my win rate should be higher than it is actually. But sometimes I just do that so I can get an earlier payout rather than waiting for the time that I actually trade, which is 9:30 p.m. So last week I literally just opened and closed the trade so I can get an early payout. So today you guys will go through the process of me taking a payout, and also tomorrow I will be taking another payout. So we got 2 payouts from last week, and then we got LucidFlex to scale up this week. I'm probably going to read my book now and then just go about my day. Go to the gym, eat some breakfast.
Big girl, I will show you what I made of.
But first, now,
I can
let's
handle
request
it
my
if you
reward
could take it.
that I was supposed to be doing of total of 1,150, as you guys can see here. Put it on max, because why not, right? Put that to zero, $927. Claim my $900 for myself. That's my payout of $1,000 today. And then we got another $1,000 payout tomorrow. Well, that was $1,200. We have another payout of $1,000 tomorrow, minus that 20%. So really, that's 2K from last week. I'm literally waiting for my coffee now. So, and one more thing, guys. I do only briefly look at the charts in the morning when I wake up, just to have a little look. I don't trade London session and I don't trade Asia session. And I wake up for Asia session since I'm in Asia. I'm currently in Philippines. And as you can see here, the time is 6:40. So I'm almost getting to New York Stock Exchange. That's another 2 hours. Well, 3. Another thing for me, and also what you guys should do, is not trade 3 sessions. You should do 1 session and that's it. And also 1 trade, maybe 2 trades max. Just depends how it's going. So if you guys want any advice, my advice would be stick to 1 session. Unless you're new, then maybe you can just do live backtesting on a demo account for London, Asia and New York Stock Exchange, just so you can see which one fits your trading style. Now for me, I'm very aggressive. So I personally trade New York Stock Exchange open because that's the most volatile time. As you can see, I'm a great pool player. And do you know why that is? It's a secret, guys. I can't tell you why I'm a great pool player. But as you can see, I have techers. So please don't disrespect me. If anyone wants to play me at pool, go ahead and play me anytime you like. And I'll whoop your ass anytime you want, mate. I haven't missed a shot, by the way. Anyways, as I was saying, 1 session only. Okay, that's your best option, because then you don't have to continuously look and wait for your setup, right? Best option is 1 time frame. Because if I was to look on when I woke up in Asia session and I found my setup, I could take it, but the problem is it might not work out because I trade volatile session, which is New York Stock Exchange. So for Asia, sometimes it's volatile, but that doesn't mean it's always going to work for me. So it doesn't make sense for me to do it. Easy understanding about the charts. So if you guys really want to know something, I can trade all 3 sessions in one day, but I have the discipline not to do it. Since I wake up in Asia time, because I live in Asia, I go through London at 5 p.m. and I also have New York Stock Exchange, which means, guys, I can trade all 3 sessions if I like, which you probably will think that all 3 sessions means more money, but that's not the case. All 3 sessions means I'm going to probably blow an account in the same day. So find your session and find out which one works for you most, and never go back to another one, ever. Okay? Remember that. That's today's advice. Tomorrow I'll come up with a new advice. But for now, let me play some pool. Because I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. As you can see, I just woke up, but I did take a loss yesterday. I didn't go with my plan, and then basically I took a loss. So we're going to go through the chart and I'll explain it to you as to why I took a loss rather than a win. I was supposed to actually take a win, 3,750, then we're going to short off, but it happened at 4,360 instead, or 4,365. And I was actually initially going to take the short, but the problem was I took a short a bit too early. And then I basically lost $70 rather than $350, which isn't a bad day, but if I did take these shorts, you guys are going to see the markets went absolutely insane. So let's head over to the charts, mate. Whilst this one heads over to yoga. Going to my Lucid, what basically happened was I am minus $70, but we said to my mate yesterday, because we was on a call, I literally said to him, this was our resistance zone. As soon as 230 comes, as soon as we wake up this zone, we're going to instantly take shorts as soon as we get back into this range. Because of this volatility and everybody's shorting off, for me, I said that we're instantly just going to take shorts. The problem was in this 1 5-minute candle over here, as you guys can see, we literally entered shorts, which I shouldn't have. It was basically my fault. At 2:45, as soon as I entered shorts, we literally just got tapped out. And I said to my friend, I don't want to put my stops higher because we could potentially just go. And I just said, look, there's no point of putting my stops higher. Let's just close early and just call it a day. And then basically what happened was we tapped 3, 4, 6, 5 zone that I literally said we was going to tap, and then we're going to reject. And so basically once we did reject, I literally took shorts again just to be safe and just to basically close out as a break-even trade today. I should have actually held, because my initial TP was 4280, right? So this would have been my trade that I was going to take initially. It was as soon as we enter back in the zone, I'm going to take shorts and my stops will be here. So 150 pip stop. And then it would have been a 4-to-1. So risking 300 on that Lucid, I would have been up 1,200. I would have been up $3,600 total on all my accounts. But like I said, these things happen, right? I learn from my mistakes now. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I took a trade that I wasn't supposed to take, and I paid for it. So it's my fault, right? I took a trade and I paid for that trade that I took. So today's also got another lesson, which is don't take stupid trades, and don't take trades you're not supposed to take. I literally just took shorts for no reason. So lesson of the day, I mean, I would have actually taken these shorts without this loss, and I would have made $2,400 today. Don't force a trade and wait for your setup. So now, look at this. This is Asia session now, and we are just going. We are just absolutely going. The target for me is 3,300 on gold. So I will be taking swing shorts, maybe today, maybe next week. We need a big pullback, and then I could take swing shorts. We've already had that pullback. Like, I could have had swing shorts from here. I would have been up 1,700 pips already, which is get paid last night around 2 a.m. They paid me. Listen, I'm taking my time out my day to give you guys some free information. So it'd be nice if you guys could subscribe to me. I'll see you in the next video, man. This took me a day to make, day to record. Let's say 2 days to record and edit. Not too bad for doing it myself. Potentially hire an editor at some point. Then I can dish out some more content. But for now, just do it on my own. Get used to it because it's kind of fun.